now on Bounce. We're tackling some of the hottest parenting topics tonight in our weekly segment of Ask Mama Mack with this gal.
Yeah, Brigida's mother, Mrs. Stella Mack, is here to lend her expertise on 3 stories tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
You've been fun. We've had a good time already in the studio.
Yes.
Now let's talk about something that's kind of a little serious.
I mean,
really
it's definitely
kind of crazy.
serious.
Yeah.
A video about a child predator experiment has gone viral. Online prankster Kobe Person wanted to see just how easy it would be to lure teenage girls to meet him in person. So he set up a fake Facebook profile, contacted 3 girls with the permission of their parents. They didn't know that at the time. Kobe got the first young lady, who was 13 years old, to meet him at the park when her parents left the house. Take a look at what happened next.
Michaela? Where are you? From Facebook. Remember?
Michaela, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?
Sorry.
He could have been a rapist. He could have been a pedophile. Why would you do this?
Sorry.
Man, we have to talk.
There you go, Mama Mack. What comes to mind when you see that video for the first time? And this is her first time seeing it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is really crazy, to be lured by a complete stranger. You know, the internet is just wilding. I mean, it's crazy. Everything is everything. I mean, you know, you can...
Would you have had a similar reaction? Do you think he was maybe overreacting?
Who, the father? Mm-hmm. Honey, no. No. If that had been you...
Free ride is on.
No. You'd have got snatched up, because you wouldn't have done it. Miss Grace, she wouldn't have done it.
I think we had some extemporaneous audio.
We did. We apologize for that.
That's okay. That probably didn't affect me. I was still focusing on...
Yeah, because that was pretty serious. I mean...
That's crazy. I mean, you know, yeah, he should jack her up. Yeah. Seriously.
All right. Well, maybe she learned a lesson from that.
Let's hope you just did. Let's hope that she learned her lesson, because Kobe also met up with another parent. His daughter, Juliana, agreed to let Kobe inside the house when her father fell asleep. If he wants to chill, because she can't have boys over. Kobe goes to the address that the girl texted him, and Juliana's father is behind her, unbeknownst to her. Watch what happens here.
Juliana, get over here. Get over here. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
How can you do this? You're 12 years old. This guy's 20 years old. You could have been raped and murdered. We already lost your mother. What would I do if anything happened to you? What would I do if anything happened to you? I love you. Don't you ever do this again.
All right, now Lenore Skenazy, author of the book Free Range Kids, says the parents in this video are actually only traumatizing and humiliating their daughters, but adolescent psychologists say, you know what, this sort of thing happens more than parents like to think. So Mama Mack, what should parents do to encourage their kids not to engage with strangers online, especially after seeing the 2 clips that we have seen?
They definitely need to have a conversation. You know, with all this going on in the world, and kids are disappearing and parents are wondering where their kids are, you need to sit down and just have a serious conversation about talking to strangers via internet or whatever. And that's just, you just don't do that. You know, to stay safe, you know, because, you know, you guys were latchkey kids, and our little signal was SSS. Safe, sound, and secure. You know, we had to set up that little signal program that you guys were in home.
That we still use today as adults.
We do.
Yeah. Sure.
But, I mean, you know, you need to have that conversation and set up rules.
Right.
Ground rules, yeah.
Yes, definitely. And stress them to the max. Because if you don't, kids just think, oh, you know, you're playing. No, we're not playing. This is serious business. Because, you know, just as it can happen to whoever down the street, it can happen here. Yeah. So we're going to prevent it from happening here, because we're going to have rules and regulations.
And keep in mind, even, you know, you're a little younger than even in your generation, there's so many more things now to reach out and fool kids and convince them that we didn't have back in when we were growing up. So you got to be even more careful.
Well, I know one of our co-anchors, Jamie Bowl, has ground rules, like when it comes to using the computer. His son's having a smartphone. He doesn't have any daughters, but I can imagine the ground rules would be the same. You know, he and his wife have access to the smartphone at any moment. They can monitor. They have to befriend them on Facebook. You know, all of these different parameters that are set up, in effect, to protect kids.
Well, we got another social experiment to discuss with Mama Mack tonight. This one takes place in New York City. The group called The Scene used hidden cameras to film women walking on the streets. Now, it showed how much they were catcalled in the city. Then the women showed their fathers the footage. Check out some of their reactions.
That just happens and you just keep on strolling. Have some respect. Like, have some respect. You know?
Take my number. Why not? That's going to get you in trouble.
I'm a married lady.
That's okay. Give it to your husband, too. Whoever. I don't care. You guys come on over.
That's upset at me now. The way he talked, the way there was no shame.
Yeah, that's the key there. There's no shame and no accountability, so to speak. Studies say 96% of American women 40 years old and younger have experienced street harassment in the past year. So, Mama Mack, what are your thoughts on this?
You don't have to be 40. 50-year-olds get the same thing. And some 60s. No, I'm just teasing. I'm sorry.
How do you handle it? Let's see. When this happened to you, what would you say?
Yeah, when you're rocking your skinny jeans.
Pecan.
I'm sorry, you don't wear skinny jeans?
I wear skinny jeans.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I like my skinny jeans. But, comments are made. I don't hear them. I keep walking.
Right.
I totally ignore them. And if they continue to, just like the hand in the air, and if necessary, but I don't acknowledge that someone is making a cat call, so to speak.
It's probably the best way to handle it.
Yes.
I mean, guys,
just totally ignore it.
Not all guys, but the guys obviously who are making these, they have no respect. And it doesn't matter what you're wearing, because I think it was one of your first reactions, well, what are they wearing? I've been in workout gear, looking like, no ma'am, and you still will get the attention.
I'm going to say this to you. You guys probably don't believe it. I've never done that to them. It's something that I was, my parents. You think about your sister or your daughter.
Believe that about you.
Those guys that are making those comments and being persistent with them, Mama didn't teach them much.
Right. There you go.
Sorry. You should be taught to respect a lady and not to disrespect.
Absolutely.
If you got your ducks in a row.
All right. Well, Mama Mack, always a pleasure to have you with us. Some interesting topics tonight. Really some good stuff. Thank you as always, and we shall see you again next Tuesday, correct?
Yes.
All right. We'll be right back to WBTV News on Back. Stay with us.